My name's Tony McConnell. I was recently released from prison, and through the grace of God, I contacted Jason with the Redemption Room, and I'm here just for an opportunity to reestablish myself and move forward with my life.
Hi, my name is Antonio Lewis. I am the owner of Hood Legacy Clothing Line, and I just so happen to also be in a book called Through Entrepreneur Eyes. It recently just came out. Don Snyder highlighted 25 people. The wealthiest man so happened to be a billionaire, and I just so happened to be the youngest entrepreneur inside the book. You know, there are some things that I've been looking to get out this show. You know, some exposure for my clothing line. My website, grand opening party coming soon. Hoodlegacy.net. You guys go follow that. Also, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, hoodlegacy.net_HL, and Facebook Hood Legacy Clothing Line LLC.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Redemption Room. I'm so happy that you all are tuning in with us. Today, we are going to have a transformational conversation about second chances and, more importantly, redemption. I am your host, Roxy, also known as Suge Rocks, and I'm here with my four beautiful co-hosts. We have Leslie, Benita, Yolanda, and Tasha. And we also have two phenomenal guests, Antonio and Tony. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so happy to chit-chat with you all and to know more about you. So I know that you all, for me, I say that you exhibit perseverance because you both have impeccable stories. You know what I'm saying? You both were incarcerated, but you are here with us now because there's still things to obtain. You still have a second chance. So knowing that you exhibit perseverance, how does that make you feel? I know sometimes it's a challenge to even accept that, but you do exhibit perseverance and you do have a second chance. So knowing that, how does that make you feel?
For me, it's amazing. I can't speak for everybody else. For me, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, but it's thank goodness for this. You know, I didn't have a hope yesterday. Today I feel a lot better.
Awesome. I love that. Awesome. I love it so much. Yeah. So I just want to get to know you guys a little bit more. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I can start with you, Tony, or Antonio, whichever one I want to dive in first.
I have 3 daughters. I have 1 in medical school and 2 in junior high. Went to prison for the first time when I was 49, and was told there's an 88% return rate, and I didn't understand it, but now being at the bottom of the chain, I understand it, and it's broken. It's not right, and thank goodness for something like this. Gives you some hope.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I feel like being in and out of the system give you a mindset where you don't never want to return back, you know. So I did get a chance to experience exactly what he said, that 80% return, and that's what made me strive more into my business endeavors. You know, that's what made me change a lot of me, you know, personality. Perseverance was defeating the enemy in myself, you know, because I had to start accepting the things that I was doing to myself in order for me to identify the things that was happening in my life.
Right.
You know, so, you know, as I started taking charge of my life, you know, I started really learning how to listen more, be patient. You know, my patience is what gave me the endurance for people to be able to come in and help me because of how I grew up. You know, I went to Central High School, had played football all through little leagues, the Dragons, the Westside Cubs, won a championship. Central, I played fullback and linebacker, first team to win the city champ since 1972. I had I had a full ride to the University of Michigan. Eastern Michigan, and then I switched it to Michigan once I talked to the coach.
Wow.
And that was for academics. And then
Oh, wow.
for football, that's when I switched it because the Michigan coach told me it was beneficial for me to go on my academic scholarship than my football scholarship. So when I as I continued, I had also had a chance to play in the All-Star game. That was another I got incarcerated. I was looking at 3 life sentences, beat them, and once I beat them, I went to Alabama A&M, and I was in that tornado that hit Tuscaloosa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was something tough. You know what I'm saying? That was something tough. Being from Detroit, I never dealt with no hurricanes. No tornadoes, and having 27 tornadoes hit the state and 35 hitting the south, 39 hitting the south.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It was really like, we really couldn't go nowhere. It wasn't nowhere to go, and people was panicking. It was a lot. Food, starving, the smell from poverty, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot, and I thank God for making me incredibly strong for that. And, I got a chance to come back up here and pursue my accounting. I was going down to Alabama A&M to be a football player, but, due to the misfortune, I came back up here and went to WC3, had a son, and just kind of changed my mind about everything.
They do that too.
I found my first love. I thought football was my first love, but when I seen my son and his hair looked like me and he smiled just like me, it was like we was like blue, so.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I know for a fact that both of you, grace for yourself and, both of you, perseverance, faith, you know what I'm saying? I love that so much. I'm so happy that you all are here, and I'm so happy that you shared a bit of who you are with us. Y'all gonna have me crying already.
I know.
So I know that some of my beautiful co-hosts may have some questions for you, so I'll let them dive right in.
I have a question for actually both of you.
Okay.
I will start with you, Tony. You said that you have 3 daughters, right?
Yeah.
How I can tell that your relationship with them is very important because you mentioned it in your questionnaire.
Yes.
But how was it with you being incarcerated? How did that affect your relationship with your girls?
My oldest was old enough to understand. My youngest, I miss daddy-daughter dances, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of guilt.
Yeah.
But, I think you guys said forgiving yourself before you guys start.
Yes. Yes.
And I didn't do that until right now.
Wow.
It's very important that you do that. Now, with your release, have you spent time with them, and has it been kind of difficult trying to get back into a relationship with them?
I left. They're in a stable home with their mother, and I have, I was embarrassed and guilty. I just want to get back on my feet, and that's the anxiety part of getting out. It's going to take time, and at this point, versus having them worry, I'm just gonna give it some time, and when it's right, it'll be right.
Right.
Sorry, I'm getting choked up. A little bit.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay.
Know that
Okay.
you are their father and they love you.
Absolutely.
That's what you need to remember. They love you no matter what. They
Absolutely.
love you.
And also know that this is a safe space.
Yes.
Yes.
So you are,
Yes.
Yes.
if you want to release. We're here with you,
We
giving
are.
you a hug from afar.
Yes.
It's no
I'll take it.
judgment, right? No judgment
No judgment.
zone. And I was gonna say one thing for sure. I know you want to get yourself together and you want to be dad, but right now you just need a hug.
Yeah.
You just need some love,
Mhm.
and that makes everything okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be super dad.
That hug for that second, and all
That-
goes away.
Yeah.
It feels like
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Especially from your baby girls.
Yes.
I feel like that.
Yes, you need that.
Absolutely.
Sorry to get back.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so Antonio, on your questionnaire, you stated that you was recently recognized in a book.
Yes.
How did that go about, and what was you recognized for?
So Don Snyder, he just recently came out with a book called Through Our Entrepreneur Eyes. Excuse the roughness.
Okay.
When I say I done walked out and told so many people about this book,
You proud of that?
This called good marketing, right?
Absolutely.
And so this also called good marketing too. But Don Snyder recently just came out with a book called Through Our Entrepreneur Eyes, and the book has highlighted 25 entrepreneurs, all of them Detroit black-owned businesses, and the wealthiest man just so happened to be a black billionaire inside the book, and me myself just so happened to be the youngest entrepreneur in the book. I believe I read most of the book, but I believe I'm the only clothing line in here. But if I'm not, you know what I'm saying, don't quote me on it.
Okay, well, if we wanted a copy of that book, how could we go about it?
You can go on Amazon and go get this book.
Okay.
The book is only like $25, and then you can go on Kindle and listen to it for free.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Antonio, me being an entrepreneur as well, right?
Yeah.
What made you start your entrepreneurship? What was it? What made you say, "Hey, I want to be a clothing line"? What sparked that in you? Did it start when you were small? Was it something just hit you at once? Where did it come from? Where did the idea come from?
That's amazing, cause that's what my point, all my point of views I was hitting in this book on, you know, and what made me start my clothing line was I was in prison, and I just thought about I was on my return, like he said, I had re-entering, so I had just went and did like I had came down mine. I didn't already told y'all about how I went through prison how I got locked up at a younger age.
Right.
But, you know, when I was telling y'all about my son and how I had him, as soon as I had him, that's when I really got locked up afterwards.
Okay.
So I had a 1 to 5, got caught with a pistol. I felt like I got did out cold, you know, I felt like I wasn't supposed to go to prison, but that's how everybody else feel, you know what I'm saying? So, what happened was, you know, after I went to prison, I got out. I was selling everything, hair, mini phones. I was selling everything. So I ended up getting locked up. So I ended up having police contact, and that's where I got locked up at. So once I ended up violating my parole, I was sitting on my bed, and I was just sitting there. Man, I'm so tired of getting locked up. I'm so tired of getting hung up on. You know, I'm so tired of carrying my own weight in here. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, I just thought about it like, this is not a place I don't feel for no man and no mankind. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And no human being. I don't care who it is. So, you know, I just thought about it like, what can keep my popularity as well as compliment the things that I did, you know. Instead of looking at it as a bad thing, how can I forgive myself and look at it as a good thing? You know what I'm saying? Right. So then I'm like, you know what? I should come out of the clothing line and say Hood Legends. And then I thought about it like, you know, I thought about it like when I thought about business, I said, I can't think about just myself, you know what I mean? I had to start thinking about others. Yeah. So then that came up with Hood Legacy. So when I thought about it, I came up with like Hood Legacy. I told cause I ended up getting popular in there for singing. So I was in there singing. That's one of my questions. So I ended up getting popular in there for singing. So I ended up telling some of the guys in there, and they was just in there. They was excited about it. And one of the guys, he decided to draw me a logo out, and he drew me a logo out. He ended up getting to altercation, so everybody ended up getting moved around and stuff. So the guards, they threw all my stuff away. So I didn't have a logo. So I was thinking about the logo, like, man, what I'm gonna do? I got the clothing line. Everybody already told me, you know, how excited they was about the name Hood Legacy. So I ended up running across a couple of my friends, and they was telling me, like, I seen Fiji. He was doing his he was selling some jackets at the time, you know, and I asked him, like, you know, take me. I'm like, how you get your LLC and all that? Like, how you, like, is you know? And he didn't even have his LLC at the time. He was selling somebody else stuff. So I'm like, okay.
Trademark your stuff.
Yeah. So he one day I called him. One day I called him like, hey, you know, take me down here. Woo. He took me down there and took me down there to get my LLC. And then after I got my LLC, you know, I was ready to start printing off shirts and ready to get the market going.
Yeah.
I realized that I had a unique niche inside my brand. So once I came up with my whole legacy brand, I started making logos for different neighborhoods.
Oh, I like that.
That's neat.
So I got a logo for every neighborhood, for like 13 different neighborhoods.
Oh, I like
Dexter,
that.
Finkel,
That is
all periods
awesome.
in all these different neighborhoods.
I like that.
And the meaning behind them logos was I was just gonna throw different events, you know, and we was gonna wear our pride and joy. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
because how I look at it is Hood Legacy. In every city, in every state, in every county, there's a hood and there's a
Absolutely.
legacy. And we the people, we shine the light of that.
Absolutely.
Parenthood,
awesome.
and
Yeah.
motherhood,
Right.
and brotherhood, sisterhood.
Right.
Oh, that is awesome.
Great,
I
yes.
love that. That is
Awesome.
fantastic.
I love
I
that.
love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So I have a question for both. Okay. So I have a question for you. So you stated previously while we were talking, you was like, you know how you have had so much money that you touch so much and you know how to get it again, right? And you also stated how coming out now, how social media has changed and everything is evolving. So do you know, I don't know, it just hit me like you had a dealership, so you know how to sell, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know that, I don't know if you know that they're doing ebooks and stuff now, right? Right.
I would say no.
So they do they do like quick ebooks on how to sell and how to do this and how to do that.
Yes.
So that could be a thing for you too, because you say you know how to get that money. So maybe you can help others.
I trained a lot of salespeople in the car business, the furniture business. I was gifted with the ability to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome, Yolanda.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you know she a journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
And, you know, over being in prison, it's not how hard you work. You know, I thought it's how smart you work.
Oh, absolutely.
And I worked hard, not smart.
Well, and know that ability don't go away.
It doesn't.
Just be confident in yourself.
You
Know
still
it,
have the
yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
They didn't take that from you.
Absolutely.
All you need to do is get a pen and paper and write it down.
The dream seems pretty far away, and just
What a difference a
15
day make,
minutes, and
right?
Yes.
it's like, you know, it's what I thought was unattainable. There's still hope.
It is,
What a
and
difference it
that
makes.
just hit my spirit so hard. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I said I wrote it down, and I said, you know how to sell. So
He made a comment about being a good listener, and a guy mentioned in there, because I talked a lot, being a salesman, he said, you got 2 ears, you should listen more than you talk.
I say that to people all the time.
And as a guy in prison, that basically said you never shut up type of deal.
Right.
And it's just in my DNA.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
That's it's actually a sign of being sort of a natural born leader. And I loved Yolanda's idea. You know, I would love that. And you said it's not how hard you work, it's how smart you work. Look, that's your book right there.
Right, that's your
That is a good title. That is a good title, right?
you get royalties.
You get royalties. You came up with that.
You're on your way. It just hit my spirit when you
said, I know how to make the money. So guess what? You
You know
start
how to
teaching.
spend it.
You know how to
Now you
spend
gotta
it.
make it and save it.
That part.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
And that's
you
a
have
very lucrative way, what she mentioned.
Yes, and that's popular. Now people are giving conferences. They're
Yes.
doing all type of things because people are trying to invest in themselves.
Yes.
So what a better way to invest? If I want to sell something and you know how to do it,
Mm-hmm.
you can teach me. So keep that.
And you know, one person, if you do, Don Snyder, he's big on that. Don Snyder. If you look on the back of here, he owns all these different franchises: McDonald's, KFC, part of PNC Bank. He got an e-mint book called Beyond the Bling. And that's what he big on that, you know.
Ebook is, I guess, that's just.
That's
It's
Yeah.
Electric book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a hard copy book.
Right,
Right,
exactly.
right.
You get a chance to check it out.
What
Beyond
does
the
the
Bling.
E stand for?
Electronic.
Yeah.
Let's go
It's
with that.
something really simple, you know.
Cool.
So you could sell them. You could tell them how it is life after this, life,
Yes.
life
Right.
before this.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
it's I know there's 52,000 prisoners. There's a bunch of people that need to read a book about
Well, there you go.
Yes.
You got a market for it.
getting, you know, I mean, it's almost overwhelming. You know, I never would
Yes.
even consider thinking that, but
Just think
It's an
about the
idea.
benefits, though.
Yeah.
Benefits.
Right.
You know, just think about once you excel, and then you be able to write a book about the things that you did, and you know they already respect that you already out here already.
Yeah.
yeah, when selling cars, I didn't have much experience, but about 2 months into it, the owner made me go do a walk around like on a new Impala,
Mhm.
and I didn't know it was gonna be in front of like 500 people
Oh.
from General Motors, and I had just came up with a presentation to customers, and I ended up winning that contest, and people were talking about the history of the Impala, and I knew you could fit 18 bags of groceries in the trunk. And,
Wow.
you know, yada yada yada, and I ended up, it just came.
Yeah.
You have a lot
That's
to
natural.
offer.
Yes,
Yeah, you
absolutely.
do.
I want you to know that you have a lot to offer.
Your life
appreciate
will
that.
not be like this in 12 months.
Absolutely.
On my wall, I wrote the other day, like, okay, I'm changing my life in 12 months.
There you go.
There inside.
Yeah. We speak that over your life.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
absolutely.
You
Yeah.
actually are an inspiration, and you don't even know it.
Yep.
You're an inspiration just by,
Mhm.
and this
Have you-
format will help reach out to others,
I
and you
mean,
can inspire them.
It's a scary, empty feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you walk, you're safe in prison
Right.
for as far as you're gonna have food and a roof over your head and medicine. It's a real reality check when I had 11 cents when I
So-
walked out.
Did they give you a bridge card?
Nothing.
So you can
Zero.
apply. You can apply for a
Uh,
bridge
yeah,
card.
now.
I did that now,
Okay,
but
now.
if it wasn't for the guys in the three
Right.
quarter
Yeah,
house,
they
You
wouldn't
wouldn't have
know.
known.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
would have not been even educated on
Yeah.
that.
Well, know that you're not alone anymore.
Exactly.
No, you're not.
You got 5 sisters.
You sure do.
me and Antonio will be right
Right.
I know Benita probably has a question for
from the
you.
hood to the suburbs.
I like that.
The slogan master over
Yeah,
here.
right.
I guess sis Benita has something for you, some
Yes.
questions for you.
So Tony, I know since you've been been out from being incarcerated, you say that you haven't had luck with a lot of things. Do you have any family outside of your children that would be able to assist, or you?
My
have-
mother's 80,
Wow, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
She's 80.
and she doesn't need the stress. You know, I put
Right.
myself in a position, and she said you took chances your whole life. Finally it caught up to you. Hopefully, the system can help you. Which I said I'm gonna use the system, and as I said, you get out and it's broken.
Right.
It's there is no system.
Yeah, but don't ever feel, because like you said, I know you feel empty. I can't tell you how to feel. but you know, you have to work the system just like they tried to work you.
Right.
Everything, you know,
That's well said.
never feel that you are alone.
Right.
Always stay faithful and always stay prayed up.
Yeah.
And go for it, you know.
In 1 week, I got my bridge card, I got my health insurance, I got a psychiatrist, I got a therapy, I got
That's
some
great.
clothes. And
And that's the first step.
I told you what I experienced when I walked in
Yeah.
Right.
to that
Right.
3/4 house day one.
Share that. Do you mind sharing that?
I walked into a room and it was a guy shooting heroin, was nodded out on his bed. There's a guy doing meth, a guy smoking crack, and a guy drunk. And I walked in, I turned back around and I said, I gotta go.
Right.
But I had nowhere to go,
Right.
you know, and those same guys are the guys that got me a cell phone and
So see how God works.
But
I mean, regardless of what they were doing, they were
Right.
doing
you know,
They were a
and
vessel.
I had a substance abuse problem. You know, it's easy to be clean in prison.
Right.
Yeah, but when
You
you
know,
get
right.
back introduced to it,
You know,
and
tempted to drink when I first. I couldn't have got. If I had money, I would have been at the party. So that's probably what God. I didn't have any money
Right.
because that day I might have went.
He knows.
Yeah.
So
He knows.
you know, I just thankful now. Now I got some hope, and
Yes.
and I would end up back in prison. I guarantee it.
Right. As Benita would say, certain things are just your protection.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Okay, I have 2 questions for Antonio. So, on your questionnaire, you said that you consider yourself a superior. What gave you the sense of representing yourself as being a superior?
Meaning because it's been 7 years since I had got locked up or had a case, and I applaud myself because being in the city of Detroit with all the different madness stories, you know what I'm saying? I went 7 years without carrying no gun. And now, you know, upcoming February, I'm about to have my expungement. I mean, my record gonna be totally clean.
Congratulations.
And I just feel like, you know, there's a lot that I've been doing for myself to help myself, you know. So I feel like that's another reason, you know, as far as like over the years growing up, you know, I had a tough childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Such, you know, I'm not excluding nobody else from a tough childhood, but I had a tough childhood, and you know, the things that I was strong about by myself, I felt like God gave me a chance to recognize myself. You know,
Right.
when I went to trial for my life, when I went to trial and I beat them and I overcame them sentences. Them 3 life sentences, I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was in there. Nobody, you know. Some of the, like, when I persevered out in Alabama and I was on my way here, like watching a tornado come up the mountain, and then being able to make it out of like my father. You know, I lost my father. I lost my father. I lost my father, my uncle, and my uncle's girlfriend. That's how I ended up getting locked up, actually, because I was associating with different people at the time. And when my father had passed away, they passed away in a house fire, you know what I'm saying? And my old dude, he meant a lot to me, you know, and we was very close. And just I had a lot of childhood friends and family members that was key players that left, and just having the endurance to be able to keep moving forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And my last question, so you said you can sing. Do you mind if we hear some of your vocal?
I was prepared for that.
You
I don't mind, though.
It's okay. Come
I
on.
don't mind. Okay.
I love it.
La 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 la. Ooh. La 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 la. It was incredible. It was amazing. Oh, I'm thankful, I'm grateful for the sunshine, for the finest wine. Take another sip for the cup this time.
I love it.
For the sunshine.
Yes.
For the fine.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
That's right. Loosen up.
Love, so many people use your name in vain. Oh, love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Love.
Good job.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Go on the voice.
I actually can sing better than that. I just
Nervous.
shy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Normally, if y'all catch me in the groove, I'd be ooh. I give y'all the full expression.
Yeah, it's your nerves. You still sound great.
She's in the chair.
You know,
So I have a question for both of you. You already touched on it a bit. He talked about his daughters having family and everything like that, and you shared that you had a son.
yeah.
So he stated his transition or how has it been. He shared this a lot. I love your story. It's so impeccable. I also want you to share, we chit-chatted before this, a little bit how this was actually destined for you, the moment that you were offered to be on the show, The Redemption Room. You mind
Right.
sharing that with some of my co-hosts?
I was, I didn't have medication that I was on in prison. And one of the fellows at the three-quarter house recommended go to Easter Seals. And you have to go through an intake process. And I didn't have the money to get to the bus to get there, so I walked, and I was late. And long story short, I was in the office, and she said, I'm going to do multiple things because, we were late for your appointment.
Right.
And Jason happened to call her when I was sitting there.
Wow.
Destined,
Hour and a
right?
half
Wow.
after, and she said, well, I got someone here. And he said, well, we're looking for a source to get
Right.
people for the show.
Right.
And she said, well, how about if we use Tony as a, and she wanted to be here today, but, we planned it for a couple weeks from now, but it happened to open up today.
Yeah.
So she wasn't here, but, it's it was
Blessing.
meant to
Wonderful.
happen.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
When I heard him say that, you have to share that with my co-host.
Yeah. That is fantastic.
I'm so happy.
You talk about being at the right place
At the
at the
right
right
Yeah.
time. Yes.
time. God is so
They
awesome.
say timing's
Timing's
everything.
everything.
Yes.
And, I was hesitant because it seemed too
Good.
Good
to
to
be
be
true.
And,
It's
they
real.
made jokes like, oh, you're gonna go this guy out of prison on a TV show. It's gonna be,
Yeah.
who knows what you're walking into. Something's telling me that I gotta go.
Yes.
And we're glad you did.
We're glad you
I'm happy you followed that voice.
Absolutely.
I turned back up the stairs a couple times thinking, you know what, I can't do this, but I'm glad I
I'm
did.
so
I'm
glad.
so happy you
Yes.
did.
Yes.
We're so happy to have you here with us.
And so-
Antonio, go ahead.
I'm so overwhelmed with joy and so excited for you guys to be here.
I haven't felt
Thank you.
this.
Yes,
feeling
and so if
Yeah.
any way you could, from 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be? If it could be anything, where would it be? What would you have going on?
The ebooks are a great idea, but I really think I'm gonna try to help the system. There's plenty of opportunity there, and there's obviously money to be
Absolutely.
made,
Absolutely.
and I've only been out for 3 weeks, and I could write a book right now on a get out of jail
Manual.
plan.
Right, a
And,
get out of jail manual.
And start by just having forgiven yourself. That'd be
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's actually not a bad idea.
That's not.
That's
That's
the
a
first
very
step.
good
As
idea.
soon as you get in there, that's
Yeah.
what you gotta do. That's a must.
every day, and you don't take on more than you can handle. Just,
Absolutely.
Right.
You set some objectives, some goals, and mine was to get my food and my health insurance, and I got dental insurance,
Yeah.
and it kept me clothes, and I found clothes that fit.
And you look nice.
You look
You
very
look
nice.
Got found a guy selling hair. I just need some money.
Right.
And that's what we gonna help you with.
Absolutely.
So what about you, Antonio? How do you see?
So the next.
If you get in 5 years, if you could be anywhere, if you could look in a globe and see yourself 5 years from now, what would you be doing?
Sugar and spice, everything. I see myself being the largest clothing line in the city of Detroit.
Come on.
I will also see myself with multiple businesses, not only in Detroit, but also one in California, you know, and other locations. I will see me dominating the digital marketing and taking advantage of it also. And I will be providing generational wealth, you know, and also teaching life skills with mentoring kids through the program all the way through. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
That's
So,
great.
you know, same for sports. I'm never going to give that up. You know, so hopefully, you know, I can, in the midst of while I'm doing all of that, could be somebody coach or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I got a chance to coach this year at the Cubs. You know, I got a little glimpse of the coaching. And it felt good to coach my son also, and to be able to inspire him with all my different trophies. Like all the kids was inspired about me going to school. I mean, about the Michigan and all my trophies that I have at home. So, you know, so when I bring them over, they be looking at my trophies and stuff. So I just wanna give back, you know, the best way I can. You know, I grew up tough, you know, and I always said that I never want a child to experience the things that I experienced, you know, especially if it was led up to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just see a lot of potential around, and I feel like, you know, it's only God in us to, you know, make the best of it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you recognize that, and that's important to you.
Very important.
That's important.
So I'm so happy because you guys don't know how I had to coach him here.
I'm so glad you are here.
Yes,
Like,
because he called,
yeah.
like, I don't see this is going to be beneficial for me. I see it for someone else. And I'm like, is that it? Let's bring you back.
And I recommended
How do you
it
feel
too.
now?
No, I feel excited. I feel good. You know, I feel like it's a privilege to meet you guys. You know,
Same
I wouldn't
here.
catch y'all walking down the street any regular day or being a customer. I mean, well, I did.
No,
have-
yeah, you will.
did.
Oh, yes, you will.
Okay. Well, I do feel privileged, you know what I'm saying,
Thank
just to be here on the show. I did take my time, you know, I was kind of nervous because emotionally I was getting over different people that I had that passed away, you know, so that's what had me. And then I was overworked, you know, meaning like I would be getting up every day, and I'd be setting my schedule. You know, I get up every day. I go, I make sure I run. So I be running sometimes. Remember, you know, sometimes I ran like a couple, like 3 miles. You know what I'm saying? But I would I would go run. And then at that time where I met her, I was running, and not only running, but I was also training my son football and stuff like that, and I was training other kids. You know, my homeboy, he got a life sentence. I mean, he got life, and he been down for about 10 years. And he always told me, you know, if you no matter if we ever talk, go get my son, put him in football. So I finally did that.
Good.
And he loved the game, you know, and he loved everything about it, you know. So his mama, she seen how much he liked it, so they've been taking advantage of it, you know. So
I got one more question. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just have one more question because I want to get it before. I want you to tell us, where can we go get a Hood Legacy coat? Where can we go?
HoodLegacy.net. HoodLegacy.net. And you can go get you a jogger suit at Simply Casual.
Okay.
Simply Casual have jogging suits.
They sure do.
So they got complimentary wine, good music. You can try them on, you know.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that. We appreciate that.
We'll definitely be supporting you.
Thank
I'm so happy that you all came and you shared your stories with us.
Yes.
I'm so full of joy. This was a great show.
Absolutely. The
Right.
conversation was phenomenal.
I love it. I just have one more question before we go, especially for you, Tony. Is there, how can I say, a person or a word or a moment or an affirmation that was beneficial to you or that you could share with someone else? Because you are literally a beacon of light. Like, so I just want you to know.
I think you can't beat yourself up. You gotta forgive yourself. And I never even thought of it. You know, I never thought I could make up for what I did to my family. And you know, I'm gonna start hopefully in some rental properties and start developing some stuff. And I think hopefully it'll take me maybe to 3/4 houses or something where I can actually go back and
Give back.
I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Your network is your net worth.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
I like that.
What a way to end our show. I'm
Yes.
so full. Thank you so much, you guys, for sharing your transformational stories with us.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
I had one
Enjoyed
story
it.
I wanted to
Thank you,
share with
guys.
y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for
Thank you.
tuning in. Have a blessed one.
I just wanted to say thank you to the Redemption Room. It was intimidating, but it was one of the best experiences I've had in a long, long time. And I just want to thank everybody that was partaking in it. And God bless them all.
Normally when I'm competing, I'll be feeling competitive, but I'm really feeling real good right now. I'm feeling great. You know, no matter whatever the outcome might turn out to be, I'm feeling excellent.
So how was everything today?
It was
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, it was great.
Okay. So what did you guys think about Antonio?
He was phenomenal. He exudes an entrepreneur, like from head to toe, in and out. Like his confidence,
Really?
everything.
He has some good.
Okay, great.
He came up with.
Tasha, tell me what are your thoughts on Antonio?
Antonio was fantastic. He is a very fun person. He's very focused. His confidence is off the charts. And he's really focused. He knows what he wants. He already has a clothing line. And he described how he's doing his clothing line. So I think he is a wonderful, wonderful person. I think he will be a very fantastic entrepreneur, which he already is. But I think he's going to go really far.
Okay. And Yolanda?
All I can say about him is he is the true definition of perseverance and resilience. He's very resilient. He has gone through some things and he has crushed them all.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's an amazing person.
Okay, great. And Leslie?
Oh yes, Antonio. I think he is focused, and to be a good entrepreneur, you have to stay focused. And I think he exudes all of that. I think he has ideas on top of ideas, so that's an awesome thing to have. And so I think he would do wonders.
Okay. All right, great. And Bonita?
I felt Antonio was awesome. He did a little singing for us. His reasoning behind his clothing line is excellent, and the fact that he's so direct and he's striving for more. He wants more. He knows what direction he wants to go in, and like the lady said, that he's like 100% focused. I think that's great.
Okay. All right, great. And tell me something about Tony. What do you guys think about Tony?
Tony, he gonna get to the money.
Yes.
Hey, everybody now. Hey.
We want to hear. That's what we want to hear. So are you guys saying that he should be offered a business opportunity, possibly?
Well,
Down the line.
Down the line.
I think right now he is looking more
More
job
job
focused.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
so he got to make the money to get the money. Basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I kind of know the direction that we want to go in with both of those. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Emily.
I just got done with the Redemption Room, and thank God I got an opportunity to work with one of their companies and get a fresh start. And I'm glad I made this day. I'm glad I came, and I couldn't be more thankful.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to the Redemption Room. If you would like to stay connected with us, all you have to do is follow us on all of our platforms. And if you would like to become a part of our show, head on over to www.westwoodnewstalk.com. For all of our social media platforms, we have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Blessings.